Well, 3 patients down. That means we're 3/5 of the way through Act 1. That would be really disheartening, except our overall progress is 10%. So that seems good, right? Seems like we might actually be able to get somewhere. What's wrong?
Oh, I burned my whip on my coffee just now, so the rest of the episode I will be talking like this.
Are you serious? I swear to God. Better now.
Yes, let's get started.
So we're the Bittersweet Gamers.
I'm We Square.
And I'm the Opinionator.
And next on our list we have Nathan, because we're saving Mariana for last. Alright, let's get a look at him first.
Nathan, reveal your secrets to us. Seems normal enough, I guess.
They all seemed normal in the beginning, Damon.
I wonder how horrible or insane he's going to be.
Hello!
I'm Nathan Peel. I'm a supermarket worker from, well, hell, really.
I feel an instant kindredship with him!
I was about to say the same thing. Clearly we must do our utmost to help a fellow retail employee. Oh, poor Nathan. I understand. Tell him that. No, that is my answer. Or my question. I understand your pain.
I don't know anything about it.
No, your pain. I understand your pain. I understand it!
No. Sorry.
He's not accepting our empathy, Damon.
Oh, you're not going to accept our empathy? Oh, no. No. You can't do this to me. I'm trying to be nice to you for once instead of hostile. How are you?
It's like those montages you get in movies. Time
yes?
passes, you wake up, shave, if you feel like it, shower, get dressed. What's the point? You get this day over and over. Nothing changes.
I understand so much.
Purgatory, Doctor.
We talked about purgatory with Ellen.
Yes, you are in purgatory.
Purgatory? Are you serious?
You work in a retail environment.
I'm stuck between this day and the next. Most of the time, anyway.
Can I ask a question now?
Shift worker disorder, stuff like that.
Market worker?
I'm not really fit for work anymore. I work in produce at the local supermarket.
He's going bananas.
It mainly involves lifting heavy crates of fruit and veg into place for people to buy, and doing that over and over again. My muscles don't seem to have grown much. I think that maybe I'm not aging. When the day resets, I just reset with it. I used to be a builder.
Huh.
Okay, in his case, it looks like he's just really depressed.
Yeah.
Has no goals in life. Doesn't really seem to have a hobby or something.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing he can throw himself into and enjoy passionately. And so he feels like he's trapped.
Yeah. Kind of.
He's aging.
Are you sure about that?
I'm Nathan Peel. I'm a supermarket worker from, well, hell, really.
Tell me more about hell. I'm very
I
interested.
imagine what I'm experiencing now might be a type of hell.
Yes, it is.
Like everyone burns in flames with the devil on their back.
It would be much more
That
preferable
makes sense of my problem.
to the environment in which you find yourself. I have totally been there. All the times that I gripe about or sort of mention, I just remember how sometimes it was just the most awful thing. Every day was kind of like the same, filled with new BS. But
New vistas of bull.
Yeah, but the same basic responses to it, and never really having enough time, and just being
Going through the motions, kind of?
Yeah, and so miserable and numb. Sometimes it was actually just fine, and sometimes it was really the worst period of my life. So without joking around, that's kind of how I'm approaching this, which is why I, jump up and get all passionate about it. I mean, it's the same for you, but
I still work at Walmart. I've been working at Walmart forever.
What's your question for Nathan, Billy? Are you going
Hell,
to buy
really?
on a personal level?
Well, no, you've already asked about hell, but I really wanted to phrase it like that.
We've got something for how are you?
It's like those montages you get in movies. Time passes, you wake up, shave, if you feel like it, shower, get dressed. What's the point? You get this day over and over. Nothing changes.
Nothing changes?
Sometimes it looks different. Sometimes the bird song will change, or the weather will be less bleak, or that person who nodded at you yesterday doesn't do it today. But it doesn't usually change. You need a tragic event for change. A murder.
Excuse me. I think you're depressed.
Yeah, this sounds less like some sort of, like, time loop and more like he's just depressed.
I do suffer from depression, but it's not very surprising, is it? I used to get fatigue, too. Just overwhelming tired.
Yeah, I got that a lot in the
I don't really
darkest
get that
days.
anymore. I've just learned to accept that this is my life now.
Don't think you have, or you wouldn't be here.
I think you need a hobby. I think you need a hop.
You asked me that yesterday. I didn't have an answer for you then either.
What?
No, that's got to be his default, like a no response.
Okay, but this is my first time seeing him.
Yeah, I know.
I see, okay.
That's what I'm
okay.
saying. That his problem is that he's like, I'm in Groundhog Day, so that would make sense as a negative response.
Yeah, okay, that does make sense. Excellent. All right, let's see here.
Sometimes the bird song will change, or the weather will be less bleak, or that person who nodded at you yesterday doesn't do it today. But it doesn't usually change. You need a tragic event for change.
A tragic event?
I didn't see the driver. It was my fault. I pulled out, and the lorry just rammed me.
Are you experiencing this every day?
Hannah. She was sat next to me.
It sounds like PTSD.
I
Yeah.
was in shock, obviously. And when I came to, she was so close to me. It was like she was trying to hug me. But it wasn't right. Not natural. Bits of metal pushing through her.
Oh!
That was 5 years ago.
Yeah, it does feel like some sort of PTSD. He blames himself, and so he's just trapped in his own personal hell, really.
Is it just that... I mean, it all makes sense now. Mm-hmm. So does that mean that this person, unlike the others, is just a conventional patient?
Maybe. We haven't gotten that far yet. They all seem conventional at first.
I don't think so. So far, everyone else that we've seen, Nathan's is the most normal. Like, of course,
far.
Everything makes sense now.
Don't worry, we'll get to the multi-tentacled cosmic entities from another time and space, or meeting himself in the past, or something like that eventually, I promise.
All right, so here's my question barrage.
All right.
I think you have PTSD.
What? I don't know.
It's called post-traumatic stress disorder. What's wrong with you? This is not going to go well, but are you seeing anyone?
Probably not.
Sorry. Got nothing.
Do you have any friends?
I don't have anything to say about that.
Okay, we got past these basic questions. Where do you work?
I can't answer that.
Really?
On a lot of the other people, we had to get through this basic level questioning, so I just wanted to rush that on.
Yeah. No, I
just to move it. Move the whole thing along. So now we can actually get back on to where we're going. What does that even mean, what I just said?
I don't know, but it sounded really good, so I'm going with it.
Get on to where you're going. Does that mean you're like hopping on a horse, but your destination is the horse? Like going for a car trip, except you're going for a car trip to your car?
That is a trip to the car. A car trip. I suppose that's technically correct.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. I don't even make any sense anymore.
We're playing the perfect game for it.
I'm going to ruminate strongly about this.
Tell me about Dr. Dekker.
Dr. Dekker was a complex man. I spent a lot of time with him, but he won't remember it that way.
What does that mean?
It means he's relived his thing with Dr. Dekker several times, but it's not that way for Dr. Dekker. The Groundhog Day effect.
How did Dr. Dekker die?
We're getting to you, buddy. Calm down.
Oh, screw you!
What?
Did you see that? Get out of here, gesture.
F you, buddy. We're here to help. He won't remember it that way?
As far as Dr. Dekker was concerned, we had Monday, then moved on to Tuesday. But me, I had Monday 5, 10, 50 times before I got to Tuesday.
I wonder if Bryce's extra hours are being stolen from him. Like he's stealing Nathan's time.
But Nathan has an excess of time. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes completely no.
Look, if you are going to steal time from someone, however that would work, if you are going to steal time from someone, wouldn't the person who keeps repeating time without aging being the perfect target? He's not losing anything.
I suppose you're correct.
Are you a time battery?
I don't know. Sorry.
That's okay, neither do I.
I think you should quit your job.
I don't have an answer to that question, as always.
The way he answers like that just makes me want to press him on the non-answer, but I can't.
It's like those montages you get in movies.
Montana montages in the movies?
Most of my days a blur. I'm not sure if it's the sleeping tablets I'm on or just how I've learned to switch off.
Everything just makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Switch off?
I can't answer that.
Sleeping tablets?
I'm on temazepam. Dr. Dekker prescribed them for me. He thought I would sleep through to a whole new day. I didn't.
That kind of makes sense in a way.
I'm not really fit for work anymore. I work in produce at the local supermarket. That mainly involves lifting heavy crates of fruit and veg into place for people to buy, and doing that over and over again. My muscles don't seem to have grown much. I think that maybe I'm not aging. When the day resets, I just reset with it. I used to be a builder.
Used to be a builder.
Contractor. I had to quit.
I can never finish on
It's hard
time.
watching a house get built, only to start all over again the next day. I needed something less obvious.
Huh, I'm just kind of lost in thought about that one.
Yeah.
That does make sense. Perhaps.
Uh-huh.
Well, there is no way to have a stimulating job and get all of your stimulation from your career if you were reliving the same day over and over again.
Yeah.
But perhaps he should have like a non-job or just not even work.
I guess it wouldn't matter. Well, he's not necessarily living the same... Well, he is living the same day over and over,
like
but
10
not
to
the exact same day.
He said 10 to 50 times before it actually moves on.
Moves on to the next one. Man.
Your muscles aren't growing? Aren't groaning? My muscles aren't groaning either. In that, we are the same.
I'm 57.
Whoa!
If you spent the whole day at the gym and then repeat that day and not go, you'd have achieved nothing.
That is a really good point. What he's saying is, if you're redoing the day, any time you spend working out only matters the last time you do it before.
But you don't know which time you're going to move on, so you'd have to keep doing it every day to get kind of... Oh my god.
Yeah.
That would suck.
I didn't see the driver. It was my fault. I pulled out and the lorry just rammed me. Well, Hannah. She was sat next to me. I was in shock, obviously. And when I came to, she was so close to me. It was like she was trying to hug me. But it wasn't right. Not natural. Bits of metal pushing through her.
The matter-of-fact way that he says
5
this,
years
you
ago.
know?
Well, 5 years ago. Tell me about Hannah.
My fiancée.
Oh.
My childhood sweetheart.
And he's
We
smiling.
met at secondary school. She was head girl. I was the quiet one. She liked computer games, so I instantly fell for her.
Good man!
Proposed in Goldshire. She said she didn't
In
date
World of
elves,
Warcraft?
so I leveled up to a human necromancer and asked again.
Ah!
Sorry, it's Warcraft. We spent a lot of time on there.
Now hold on! Necromancer isn't a class in World of Warcraft!
So, two things about that. First off, we've never really seen any patient so far give any type of genuine positive smile or good feelings without there being something masked behind.
That's true.
And this time, he was actually happy, which, again, whatever his problem, be it supernatural or the fact that he's just massively depressed and suffering from massive PTSD, all of which is understandable, that aside, I totally lost my train of thought.
Woo! Professionals!
Whoop, whoop! All aboard the forgetful train! Chugga, 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 chugga. I'm really sorry. Play that again, though.
She said she didn't date elves, so I leveled up to a human necromancer and asked again. Sorry, it's Warcraft? We spent a lot of time on that.
It's coming up. That! Right there. Did you see
Whoa.
the change of expression and how it just suddenly became...
Like he instantly shut down?
Yeah, he switched right back to super emptiness again.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with the direction of this game. As I understand it, this is almost like a one-man project. There are plenty of other staff members, but the game's director is the guy who just ran the whole thing.
Wow, that's really impressive.
And I'm really pretty impressed with the acting. It's
Yeah,
kind of
me too. Yeah, okay, we'll get to you in a minute, buddy. We're busy gushing over the game. Shut up.
So she wouldn't date elves.
We played World of Warcraft a lot together. I guess it's not the cool thing to do anymore. But we had a lot of memories there.
Not since the latest
To
expansion.
be honest, it reminds me a lot of life now. The same thing over and over again.
That is exactly how I feel about games like that.
Why badger teeth? Rinse, repeat.
7 gore tusk livers.
Maybe I'm just grinding life.
Grinding life. My...
Oh no! That would be awful!
That is an amazing analogy.
Just grinding up my retail skill.
Man, that time in my life where I was kind of in the same deal without the time repetition. Grinding life. That's what it was.
Just ground you down.
I was so miserable. Couldn't find anything to do. That was
didn't have time for anything. It was awful.
That was actually the sort of thing that led us to YouTube.
In a way, I mean, you know, you're not doing it now. There's that.
I pulled out and the lorry just rammed me. Well, Hannah. She was sat next to me. I was in shock, obviously. And when I came to, she was so close to me. It was like she was trying to hug me. But it wasn't right. Not natural. Bits of metal pushing through her.
Oh, you're not going to ask about the bits of metal,
Oh,
are you?
God, no! Not natural?
Okay, I was going to say the same thing.
Okay, alright, well, I touched upon it. I wasn't going to freaking make him pull that detail up unless we have to. I don't see how it's relevant, though.
Yeah. She was trying to... What were you doing with your jaw right there? Don't do that! That's... I mean, grinding life. That's more like grinding your teeth.
Oh, my teeth weren't closed.
Stop looking at me! She was trying to hug you? You can tell that I have this empathy in my voice when I say that. So she...
I don't know. Sorry.
Good enough for me. Okay, time's up. That'll be $4,700.
Didn't see the driver?
I've been shrunk for that already. If I had that day again, I wouldn't make the same mistake.
I've been shrunk for that. That's an
don't
interesting
feel
way to
alive.
say you've already seen the psychologist.
Right.
I haven't had any relationships since then.
Understandable.
I think you need to move on. What a heartless thing to say, though.
Well, it's
Sorry. Got nothing.
He's not interested in the conventional stuff. He wants us to ask about Groundhog Day time loops.
I've been shrunk for that already. If I had that day again, I wouldn't make the same mistake.
Make the same mistake?
No. I can't move backwards any more than a day.
He can move
I don't really
backwards.
seem to control it. It's generally always on. I have to try and change something to move forward.
Huh. Well, that was the follow-up.
That would have really been helpful for poor Bill Murray.
Right? Well, he did try and change stuff.
Yeah, that's
didn't
what
he?
I'm saying. It didn't move forward for him.
That's what you meant. Okay.
I really love Groundhog Day, by the way. I think it's one of the finest movies I've really ever seen.
It was like she was trying to hug me. But it wasn't right. Not natural. Bits of metal pushing through her. That was 5 years ago.
5 years ago?
I was fine for quite a
There we
while
are.
after the accident. Well, being treated for depression.
Understandably.
I thought I was cured. It was only recently after meeting Dr. Dekker
Huh.
that I had a strange deja vu.
Well,
I
I'm
bet.
exhausted. Doctor, is our time up?
that was it then.
Well, no, there's more we can follow up on. Don't you freaking run away from me. See, we can follow up on these.
However, clearly that was the point that required it. So let's keep going about Dr. Dekker. Both aspects of these.
Yeah, that's right.
One of them was that he won't remember, and the other was just Dekker in general. Which one do you want to go with first?
Let's go with he won't remember.
Yeah, I agree with that. That way we're
As far as
focusing
Dr.
on a
was
point that's
concerned,
already been brought
he had
up.
Monday, then moved on to Tuesday. But me, I had Monday 5, 10, 50 times before I got to Tuesday.
50 times?
I
Dang.
can't answer that.
Tell me about Tuesday.
It comes after Monday, before Wednesday.
What? I don't know.
Tell me about Monday.
I watched that Bill Murray film
Finally, they bring it up. Did it work?
to see if there's any clues. That's how bad it's gotten. I'm looking for a cure in a Hollywood movie.
It's a moving film.
Can you help me, Doctor?
I think you should learn to play the piano.
Okay.
You asked me that yesterday. I didn't have an answer
Too
to you.
bad! That was right out of Groundhog Day.
I see.
I guess he actually kind of addressed that
Yeah.
because he wouldn't be able to learn the muscle memory.
Yeah.
But that's getting into the weeds in such a ridiculous fashion that even contemplating this concept in those terms makes me feel embarrassed. It kind of reminds me of like 2001 and talking
Yeah.
and like internet chat about power levels or something. No! Kind of nostalgic though, but no!
Oh, that cleared up. He won't remember it that way, but now it's opened up. Tell me about Monday.
Can you help me, Doctor?
Yes, I can help you.
I don't know how, but thank you, Doctor. This is our first time around, and I trust you.
You know, Nathan is the only person that I don't think is...
Has some horrible secret?
Yeah, he's the only person who I think is trustworthy and genuine so far.
Yeah.
I
and
may
that
be
cleared it up.
completely wrong.
And that cleared up the questioning inquiry. Now we just got Dr. Dekker.
Wow, we're nearly done.
I know. We're getting pretty good at this. Sorry, what were you saying?
Mainly that Nathan wasn't crazy.
Dr. Dekker was a complex man. I spent a lot of time with him, but he won't remember it that way. I saw the conflict that Dr. Dekker was going through. Let's just say you might look back on your life and think there's nothing you would have done differently. No 2 days were alike for him in the end. Like he couldn't decide what to do with himself.
I like how he's seen Dr. Dekker enough that he's psychoanalyzing Dr. Dekker.
You know, his perception of Dekker is pretty valuable. They've all had a different sort of thing to say about him so far, too.
Yeah.
It makes sense that Nathan's is more sympathetic and focused on the repetition aspect. It's kind of hard to really say that right.
Yeah, I kind of get what you're getting at.
Dr. Dekker was different. He had a lot of time for me. He was interested in my problems.
Well, the fact that he drank so much is a good indicator of his mental state.
Dr. Dekker would say one thing and do another. He would push me to do things I didn't want to do.
No 2 days were alike for him in the end. Like he couldn't decide what to do with himself.
Now that we've brought this up, that every patient approaches their assessment, analysis of Dekker differently based on their own problems, kind of a projection sort of thing.
Right.
We just ran through and looked at them all. And it's pretty fascinating. Ellen talked about Dekker in terms of his kindness and compassion, which was a big thing for her.
Yeah.
Fake and false, though hers might be. Nathan's was about repetition and regret.
Mm-hmm.
Yet Nathan is very empathic and actually full of warmth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can see it in his face when he talks about Hannah. He's the only person who expresses that type of warmth. So he even expressed warmth to Dekker. Bryce talked about Dekker trying to control him. And if you recall, Bryce was all about wanting control.
Yeah, you're right.
So he didn't like Dekker because Dekker tried to get him to do things
Stuff he didn't want to, yeah.
And Claire accused him of drinking too much, which is probably true, but also in terms of his... She talked about Dekker in terms of his actions, but Claire was all about...
Avoiding her own actions? Kind of?
Like, I did this, but there were extenuating circumstances.
But she's quick to judge Dekker for his actions.
Yeah, but then Dekker did this or didn't do this, or I can't believe he didn't face the consequences of his actions, even though I, too, will not face the consequences of my actions, but I can't believe he got away with it.
Yeah,
That's
I
really
see what
fascinating. So when everybody is giving their opinions of Dekker, they're actually giving their opinions about themselves.
Very interesting.
Ellen is saying she has no compassion.
Basically.
Nathan is saying he's full of regrets. Bryce is saying he has no control. And Claire is saying that she is incredibly guilty.
That's a really interesting point you brought up.
I'm really happy with that. Let's finish up Nathan.
I saw the conflict that Dr. Dekker was going through. Let's just say you might look back on your life and think there's nothing you would have done differently.
Tell me about conflict.
He was like a kid in a sweet shop. He had so many options, he didn't know what to do. I suppose if you take too long picking, all your options run away.
Repetition and regret, just like I said. Hey, I think that means we got them all for Nathan.
Would you?
Yes, we finally got all of them for somebody.
Oh! That's freaking sweet!
I guess that means we're done. No, we didn't get them all for him or he'd be green.
Oh, we found the key points.
Well, I'll call that victory and... not defeat, but...
a bittersweet victory?
This is me stretching out my arms, reaching, flailing.
Get away from me!